Hey, and we're live. Actually, let's see if we can get this thing set up so I don't have to hold it. That would be very, very, very convenient. Alright. Let's see. Alright, well, excuse the minute transmission here as we become more and more aligned. Yes, it's not the cleanest, most spotless of places. However, it'll do for now. Thanks for reminding me this permission slip that I need to clean up this area. Anyways, so for those of us that are seeking enlightenment, essentially, doesn't really matter what you're coming from, where you're coming from, and this has really been my message that I've been really balancing out when it comes to the God frequency. This is something that I truly believe that this is a natural drive within all of us to seek and explore and to realign with. However, we've really I just want it to be presently aware within this collective consciousness's awareness and understanding that yes, humans were genetically designed to serve a power or a force that is greater than themselves. Now this is a pretty big step for me to move forward to really share the truth of my message and really all the knowledge and wisdom that I've come to understand within my being. However, I just got to go with it, I got to flow with it, and I just have to trust that it'll connect to whoever it needs to connect to in the most loving, harmonious, peaceful, beautiful, majestic, magnificent, clairvoyant, lucid way. Alright, so that's the intention, so we can just let it go, right? Okay, so for a lot of us that are not very, very in tune with themselves and the universe and creation itself, allow this, and now that's not a judgment call, so don't get tripped up on that. Use this as a catalyst for yourself to transcend yourself into higher states of awarenesses, and then ground those higher states of awarenesses into your daily living, functioning reality so that you can experience more beautiful, synchronistic, harmonious, majestic life experiences, essentially. It's really the message for me that I am conveying within this channel is to really realign this collective sphere, this collective orb, back with its intuitive center. Because I'm just gonna say it, humans, for those of us that are not completely lucidly aware yet, and if that's you, just know that that's okay, because that used to be me too. We all go through this process, we all go through this experience. So take it from me, someone that has gone through that experience, that has also learned from others that have gone through these experiences as well, that coexist all around us right here, right now. You just might not be able to perceive them just quite yet, but if you're perceiving me right now, you're already moving forward in the right direction, because if you can perceive me, that means your higher mind is reflecting to you another part of your collective conscious, or another part of your consciousness that from the higher mind's perspective, you're ready to integrate, or at least ready to be open to. Whether or not you integrate that is up to your free will. However, I'm just saying that if I've come into your reality, like, you hit the fucking jackpot. Like, where we're going with this, it's far beyond anything that we've ever possibly conceived. And that's a bold statement, especially coming from me, considering I have very, very ambitious, quote-unquote outlandish goals, missions, statements, purposes, and experiences that I know that I'm here to experience. So just loosen up, come along for the ride, just have fun, lighten up, because that's ultimately what enlightenment's all about. If you want to find God, allow yourself to become enlightened. If you want to become enlightened, just empower yourself to lighten up and to follow that wave back into your enlightenment core. Because we're all enlightened in our core. It's just, ultimately, what prevents us from truly being enlightened, which just means being illuminated in an empowering way. The only thing that stops us is ourselves. Realistically, mechanically speaking. Now, I have spent all that I know to perfecting my craft when it comes to clarity, lucidity, certainty, absolute knowing and understanding. And trust me, I would have shared this message a lot sooner if I would have been completely competent and confident with my understanding of what this is. And the only reason why I'm coming out and expressing this now is because I have, from a balanced point of view, deemed that this is an appropriate time to share this message. It'll connect to whoever needs to connect to. Our collective sphere is already ready for it. If we need to reaffirm belief systems. The big one that cut it for me was Jim Carrey, man. Jim Carrey coming out, stepping out on his front 2 feet, going head diving first into the media, and really just sharing his perspective on a lot of things was really like, that was the tipping of the scales for me, dude. That was like, holy shit, like Jim Carrey. And pardon me when I swear, if that's the right context, if you know what I'm referring to, if I use words like shit, fuck, whatever it is. The reason why I do that is to pierce the subconscious veil and to essentially get your attention. Because these words that are sharp, like fuck, shit, damn, they all get your attention. They're all used to they're used to pierce the veil of your preconditioned programming to attack, essentially, to maybe not attack, but to pierce all of your belief systems, essentially, and to get to that reptilian core. For those of us that don't know, the reptilian core is the primal part of our brain. Reptilian, mammalian, neo-mammalian. Yep, that's right, we're all neo-mammalian. So for those of us that are catching along to that synchronicity, Neo, like the Matrix, Neo, we're all living within a matrix, is synchronicity. So just be aware of what matrix you're tuning into, because that's how powerful we are. We have the ability to tune into whatever matrix that we choose. That's the power of our consciousness. Because what is reality? What is physical reality, at least? Let's start there. Physical reality is just the focusing of our consciousness within a certain matrix, a matrix grid, a grid of creation, a matrix, a holographic matrix. The holographic universe, for those of us that don't know, the universe, which has been commonly referred to from our scientists of our day within this collective sphere, they refer to what's called the holographic universe, is that this universe that we perceive ourself to exist within is layered within this infinite sea of infinite universes, right? There's an infinite amount of universes within the sea. Imagine this sphere, or this disc, whatever you want to do, but like in this plane, there's an infinite amount of universes. This is the universe, 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 and goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. And the key is to realize that our consciousness is so powerful. This is the key, to remember that your consciousness is shifting through billions of parallel realities each and every moment. Each their own respective static universe. Yeah, that's right. All physical universes are completely static. This universe is static, this universe is static, this universe is static, this universe is static, this. And it goes on into the infinite array of infinity, right? This, what you're seeing right now when I'm moving my hand, it's not really me moving my hand. It's me shifting from billions of parallel realities in each and every moment, in each and every second. For those of us that really want to understand the scientific basis of the tick of the vibrational clock that we shift our consciousness through, or the tick of physical reality, is the Planck length. It's an extremely long length. It's an extremely huge number, and that's how fast our consciousness shifts through parallel realities. Really that fast. So essentially, again, I'm not really moving my hand right now. What I'm doing is I'm shifting from this parallel reality to this one, 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 all the way here, right? And what you're seeing right now isn't really movement, it's just this illusion of continuity that our consciousness plays within itself. Alright, so use this as a permission slip to remind yourself to remember. And for those of us that want a greater understanding of this, also realize that how are we communicating right now? Think about that. Observe that. Meditate on that. All that I'm really doing is moving my consciousness through a bunch of different parallel realities. I'm focusing my light to experience this illusion of continuity, right? This light is being absorbed by this lens, this camera lens, that is absorbing all of this light that it's taking in, coding it into a way that the information or the technology in our time understands it, routes it into the Wi-Fi network, routes into my internet service provider, routes into satellites, routes into servers, routes to all of the connections that needs to route to get back to where you're watching this right now. And this is live. So if you're watching this live, then pretty freaking amazing that we have created technology instantaneously, practically instantaneously, where you can see what I'm doing in the convenience of your own home. That's the beauty of this quantum realm. It's essentially like, this is our wake-up call to realize that quantum realization and the quantum reality that we are already experiencing is already right here and right now. Instantaneous manifestation is already happening. For those of us that are really seeking to instantaneously or manifest anything that we desire, or manifest anything that we desire, we just have to realize that we're already manifesting all the freaking time. You cannot exist, you cannot be perceiving this. You cannot perceive if you weren't manifesting. You couldn't experience if you weren't manifesting. You're manifesting this experience right here, right now, with me. And I'm tuning to you through this quantum void into your reality, which has been filtered by your higher mind and your collective consciousness. Yeah, so be with it what you will, man. I'm just in my spaceship. You're in your spaceship. It's just if you don't remember that you're in your spaceship, here's your wake-up call to remember that you are in your spaceship. You are driving your craft. You are driving your mothership. If you don't realize that, then one, now this was a beautiful synchronicity that I came across that popped up into my life that just synchronistically went, right? Ooh, I only got 10% left in battery. But like Oprah Winfrey, look this up. It was one of her recent soul sessions or something like that. If you YouTube, type into YouTube, Oprah Winfrey soul sessions, you should be able to find a session that she, let me see, let me pull it up right now. She speaks with another man, I don't know his name, but this is just cutting edge synchronicity for me too, that I manifested from my subconscious mind, where she speaks about getting in alignment with what she refers to as the mothership. The mothership is the seat of your soul. For those of us that don't understand the seat of your soul and you don't want to go read a long book, because if you're like me, I don't really like reading books, because books kind of take a long time to get to the point. This is just a perspective that one of my mentors, Ty Lopez, shares with me, is that really books, they really only got like a few good ideas in them, or really a few main points that it's essentially attempting to get across. Maybe 3, maybe 5, some really good ones 10, some excellent ones 20. Those are rare. However, all of those informational points outside of that is just fillers. It's just, here's all the keys, let's fill up this book so the reader has a better opportunity to understand what we're referring to, because text can be limiting if you look from the perspective of video now, because we're entering this new age, right? It's already happening all around us. We got video, so you can communicate. I can communicate to you with my voice, with my energy, with my resonance, real time, effortlessly, and I don't have to go through a publisher. I don't have to do all this stuff. It's so beautiful. It's free. If you have a smartphone, it's free. Sign up on YouTube, click live, boom, you're ready to go. And like, this is pretty convenient for me. This has worked because I can't live stream on any of my computers or both my laptops efficiently right now. But I do have a phone, so that's just beautiful. Like, here's another reminder to realize that we have everything that we would ever possibly need to create or experience anything that we want to experience. By the sole fact that we desire it, it's an indicator for us to realize that that desire could not be unless we had everything that we needed to fortify and fruitify the manifestations of exactly that. To receive the fruits, to fortify the foundation, to fortify that vibration within our being. Now I'm looking up this Oprah Winfrey Soul Sessions. Yeah, dude, it's the very first hit. Super Soul Sessions Season 1, Episode 2, featuring Gary Zukav, Zukav. The New Perception of Community with Oprah Winfrey, Super Soul Sessions by OWN. Dude, if you guys want to catch up, if you guys really want to accelerate fast, watch her 2 soul sessions. One's by my mentor, Tony Robbins, one of my great mentors. He's a phenomenal individual. He's essentially mastered the art of the psyche, and he's developed his whole life into training those to essentially ascend all of their limiting paradigms, limiting belief systems, and limitation, and to step outside of that bubble that they created for themselves, that prison, essentially. He doesn't really say that, but he points at it, right? I'm saying that. The belief systems that we've created that creates a prison for us, he essentially helps guide us out of that prison, steps into our own true seat of our soul, and expands from that power within, expands from that heart center. He enlightens, educates, and entrains others with greater intellect. He's a phenomenal individual. He brings me to tears. If you don't know who he is, check him out. Again, Super Soul Sessions. Watch both of these videos. You'll be amazed. And for those of you that really want to take it to the next level, go see Tony Robbins live. This is one of the most empowering, this is the most empowering experience that I am currently aware of, that we have access to within our collective consciousness, where we can go and embark on an adventure within a journey, within a 3-day journey. Unleash the Power Within or Date with Destiny. He has a bunch of events, but start with Unleash the Power Within if you don't want to fork about like thousands of bucks down. Unleash the Power Within is less than $1,000. Go check that out. It will hands down be the greatest experience of your life. I don't even care where you come from. Everyone will attest to this. And if you don't like what you experience within the first half of the program, he gives you your money back. Because he knows, he knows. Just be open to it, go, flow with it. That's the jackpot right there. For those of you that really want to accelerate really quick. Boom. Instantaneous manifestation in a weekend event. Right for you. Boom. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my best to share knowledge, share wisdom, share understanding. So I gotta charge my laptop right now. Okay, so water. Where are we gonna go from here? Oh, we're talking about the God frequency. I totally forgot about that. See, that's the other thing. It's really tricky tuning into this collective consciousness, because this collective consciousness is within a spell of amnesia. So the more and more we allow ourselves to remember that, the more and more we can remind ourselves to just remember our core true essence. A lot of us will get caught up on the whole idea of God is outside of me. I need to serve this higher power that is great, so much grander and greater than me. Right? That's the illusion. And I get it, we were designed as human beings to be genetically, like, yeah, except for, like, right, like, for those of you that really want to refer to more contextual information to base greater informational, foundational wisdom, knowledge, and intellect off of, research the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki were an extraterrestrial, oh wow, this is some big cutting edge stuff, so grab some popcorn, man, and get ready for the ride. The Anunnaki is a group of what would be perceived as extraterrestrial, a collective that entered within the sphere of this collective Earth and modified the DNA, the genetics, and created of what was the predominant species at the time, or the most fruitful, the most compatible with the Anunnaki, which were what we would refer to as the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, if you will, right? Bigfoot, yeah, he's real. Some aren't. I'm not gonna get into all that, but yeah. Anyways, that's what created humans. Hybridized the human is hybridized already. This is the key to remember, that we're hybridized primates. Neo-mammalian brain. Boom. Check it out. And if you're not with it, then fuck it, man. All I gotta say is empower yourself, enlighten yourself, and bless up with knowledge. Open your mind, open your soul. You don't know what you don't know. And information is really just information. It's really ultimately how you use it is really the wisdom behind it. It's like, how are you using this information? How are you using this message? Are you using it to depreciate your reality? How can you tell you're depreciating your reality about how you feel? Or are you choosing to appreciate your reality? To appreciate, to expand, to grow, right? Because follow the plants, listen to the plants, man. Grow, become a second dimensional being, second density, if you will, which is growth, which is life. Yeah, I'm gonna start referring to it as density because a lot of us get tripped up on dimensions. So yeah, I'm switching my perspective from dimension to densities. It makes it easier. We can, after we train densities in, we can speak about dimensions later. Okay, so where do I want to go with this? Let's speed things up and just essentially get onto the cutting edge topics of like lucidity. That's really what the whole message of this is, and this is what my whole enterprise that I'm creating is, essentially lucidity. Disclosing lucidity to all beings, right? We're all hybrid. If you don't realize this, then if you ever see this symbol, right? This or this, right? This is a permission slip created by our collective higher mind to remind us of a screening. This is the symbol of the Greys. The Greys. For those of you that don't know who the Greys are what you would perceive as alien. The general collective perceives this as alien. And if you already know who the Greys are, then kudos to you. Like, you're well far beyond the curve already. You're already on like the second or third wave of ascension. Probably, maybe you're already ascended. Who knows? But boom. This is a message, a symbol, to remind ourselves of a screened memory. A screened memory. What does that mean? It's a memory that you have already experienced on another level that has been screened by the Greys. And the key is to realize that the Greys is just another aspect of our consciousness. We perceive them as alien, right? Because they're out of our understanding of what terrestrial is. But here's the key. Greys are not alien. Greys are extraterrestrial. That's the key. Greys are extraterrestrial, which means they are related to us. We are literally just a product of the Greys. We are a hybrid race. This is the key that we are being reminded to remember, is that we are already hybridized humans. And yes, for those of us that are tuning into the reality that we were created to serve this higher power, that God is holier than us and that we can't become peer. One, really be careful to what informational sources that you're tuning into, because if you're tuning into religious perspective of that indoctrinated belief, a lot of it's derived from one, ignorance, innocent misunderstanding, and two, the seek to control. That's it, man. Innocent ignorance or the illusion of control. Now, for those that are choosing the illusion of control, which is just derived from a state of innate fear of powerlessness, this is our opportunity to really advance our souls, to unconditionally love all of these beings. Because the more and more we allow ourselves to tune back into the harmonious nature of existence, which is unconditional love, the more you allow yourself to do that, then get ready for a ride, because you're tuning back in. And this is what I was talking to you guys about, the Solfeggio frequencies. All right, let me pull those up right now. Solfeggio frequencies. Alright, so boom, check this out. So I'm going to pull up the Solfeggio frequencies, right? And earlier I misspoke. Sorry, I've been shifting through a lot of collective consciousnesses. And wow, pretty interesting experience. However, in this particular collective consciousness, the one that I'm speaking to right now in this physical moment, the Solfeggio frequencies are not those of the core radiant sun. They are from the core universe. They were derived mathematically from the universe, the harmonious universe. So it's essentially just tapping back into the universe. If you want to get into alignment with creation, tap into the Solfeggio frequencies. I like being a tad crazy, and so the Solfeggio frequency, there's a bunch of scales. There's 9 of them. They're all used for certain things. Let me pull something up right now. The 2 main sets that I use for the Solfeggio frequencies is Attuned Vibrations and the Meditative Mind. Those are really good informational sources that I've found. They give a lot of information for those of you that are inspired to really look deeper into what the Solfeggio frequencies are all about. More power to you, man and woman. Yeah, so there's 9. I don't know why Attuned Vibration only did 6. Meditative Mind, Solfeggio frequencies. See what we can find. I literally just had this. Well, it's being elusive to me at this moment. I guess it doesn't really matter. However, the Solfeggio frequencies, there's a bunch of them. They're used to, oh, maybe it's listed in this video. What's up with this? Oh. Okay, I was tuning into something that was out of alignment. Okay, so, note to myself, I need to manifest something from my subconscious mind to really entrain a greater degree of Solfeggio. So, I know there's a few. Let's see. Meditative Mind is excellent, an excellent YouTube source. For those of us that are searching, check out Meditative Mind. I used to use, the original one that I manifested for myself was Locos, and after I manifested Locos, I manifested, what? This is the other thing too, like when you start raising your frequency, you start forgetting things because they become increasingly irrelevant to you. However, this is also a permission slip for myself to really show me the path that I'm walking down, to really see my development, to see my maturity, and to really understand that memory is just really an illusion, and it's really how you use your memory is ultimately the key, the crux, the crucible, if you will, to become your Christed self, to become your ultimate empowered oversoul self, to be God, essentially, if you will, because again, in a poetic way, you really just God, touching your own third eye, saying, who's touching me? Play around with that. So, anyways, all I know now is that right now, right here, right now, I'm on the frequency of Meditative Mind. And right now, I'm working with Meditative Mind to co-create a resonance in which all 9 frequencies are entrained into one resonance. Because right now, they have a video, like I'm watching it right now, it's all 9 Solfeggio frequency, full body aura cleanse and cell regeneration therapy, which is great if you want to climb that scale. And for those of us that want to climb that scale, then do it. Like, this is the greatest thing for you. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you hit the fucking jackpot. Like, if you're stepping on this channel, you hit the fucking jackpot. Because you could pursue enlightenment with all of the gotta be wise with what I say right here. The reason why I'm saying that you hit the jackpot with this video is because you don't have to go meditate in a mountain for 30 years. You don't have to go meditate with Buddhist monks in a temple just to, okay. You don't have to do any of that stuff, okay? You can meditate from your own room, from your own living room, from your own experience, in your life, in your office, wherever you are, work, school, play, whatever it is. Boom, pop on YouTube, type it in, all 9 Solfeggio frequencies, Meditative Mind. They will take you on the wildest journey of your life in the most harmonious, beautiful, majestic way. Because, okay, here, first frequency, 174 hertz. Because again, the reason why this is so powerful is because, okay, this is the beauty behind it. In this past week, I've set out the intention, I consciously put out into the universe that now I'm obviously developing as I'm becoming more and more of a powerful manifester. Thankfully, blessedly, I appreciate this permission slip to remind myself of how developed I'm becoming within my journey experience. And I say this to really share this love because I used to be maybe where you are right now. I don't know. All I know is where I used to be was like utter confusion, man. Not understanding, like literally banging my head against the wall, walking through this physical reality, doing my best to understand, taking advice from people that I thought understood. And dude, it's a maze down here. And if you really want to get out of this maze quick and just beam up onto your spaceship and become instantaneous and become a powerful co-creator with the universe, become essentially God, to really tune into your God frequency, your natural core, true frequency that's already enlightened, already wise, that is already connected to the universe, that's already connected to all the interstellar alliances, that is already connected to its solar system, already connected to its earth, already collected to its collective consciousness, that's already collectively collected to all that is. Keep it simple. Do this wherever you are. And so the first one's 174 hertz, relieves pain and stress. Boom, right? Because everything is vibration. I've known this for quite some time. Everything is frequency, vibration. If you want to, again, from Tesla, this is this frequency that I've been retuning into recently. It just popped up synchronistically into my life. I didn't search for it. See, this is the power of synchronicity. You don't even have to search for this stuff. It just pops into your lap, like on a silver platter, with a golden spoon, with a golden chalice. Let's say a diamond spoon, okay? And golden chalice, I'll call it the Holy Grail of creation. Really, the Holy Grail is just realizing that you are God, right? And not falling into the whole trap of saying, I am God and let me be more powerful than all these other beings. No, it's more so, I am God, let me awaken everyone to the realization that they are God too. Think of it as like, I don't know if you played this game back in the day, but I used to play this game back in the day with like my friends when we'd have a sleepover. We'd be like, I would always say, hey, when I wake up, do you want me to wake you up? Right? It's a game that we used to play as children. Most of my friends said yes. And I guess all I'm really tuning into, that I'm consciously choosing to tune into right now, is the reality in which, this is me waking you up, this is me doing my job as a brother, as a friend, as a family member, saying, hey, we played a game, I don't know if you remember it or not, but we chose here to play a game that if you wake up, wake me up. So I'm just doing my part, okay? So, okay, step 2, 285 hertz, heals tissues and organs. 396 hertz, eliminates fear. 417 wipes out negativity. 528 repairs DNA and brings positive transformation. And that's the key one. 528 hertz is the key frequency, because the 528 hertz, this is commonly referred to as the frequency of miracles. This is the frequency that's emanated from the sun, that the plants receive. Essentially this is the frequency of the botanical kingdom, the plant kingdom. The plants give off this frequency naturally. 528, the frequency of miracles. So tune into nature, and oh, yes. And this is the beauty of it right now, because we have the technology. Get this. It doesn't matter if you don't have nature in your back pocket. Actually, you do have nature in your back pocket now. Convenience of Alan Wynn, yours truly. Alan Walker, number 0769. Oh my gosh. Alan Walker, number 076908 at your service. So, this is 528, the frequency of miracles. It's natural. So this is so synchronistic, because I've previously set out the intention to telekinetically rearrange my vibration in a grand cosmic way. I put it out in the universe. Which I was not absolutely sure whether or not that this was within a product of my imagination or not. However, I just played with it because one of my mentors taught me that, you really got to play with the clay of physical reality. If you want reality to become less dense, you got to play with the clay. Play with physical reality. So I was playing with my imagination. I was like, okay, what do I know? I know that what we put out is what we get back. Simply put, ask and receive. To ask and know that because you asked, it was already received. Okay, get this. The mechanisms of, now this is extraterrestrial knowledge, so do with it what you will. The mechanics of, and you can meditate on this. You can become, if you do not define yourself as extraterrestrial, then allow yourself to enter a state of meditation, open up your being, open up your soul. You can call it terrestrial knowledge if you want, but you can do this yourself. You can tap into these frequencies yourself. I'm not saying that like I'm saying if I can do it, you can do it too. Especially if I can do it, you can do it too. If I can do it coming out of a place of complete separation from source, meaning that I believe that I was all alone in this universe, that there was no help, that there was no God, that there was no higher power. If I can come from a place of absolute limitation, thinking that I am the only thing in this universe, or thinking that I'm the only one, essentially, isolation, and expand and allow myself to enter these higher realms from meditation, then you can do it too. And you don't have to go through the long process that I did, because guess what? I manifested something from my subconscious mind for everybody in this reality. So allow for me to transfer you knowledge from my spaceship into your spaceship through this quantum realm, received and filtered by your higher mind. All your job is, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, is to choose whether or not you want to receive it holistically. Because it's already filtered by your higher mind. That's the key. Because the higher mind's doing the reflecting of your physical reality for you, by you, because you are your higher mind on another level. However, if you're defining yourself as being in the valley, which is its valid experience, because that's what our experience here in physical reality is, it's our lower self and our higher self. Now, this isn't a judgment call, it's just a way to precisely define what's happening mechanically speaking. Or you can call it your physical self, and then your higher mind, if you will. Call it God and His Son, God and the Christed Son, God and the Christed Light, if you will, because remember, Christ is, well, yes, the Son of God. Christ was the Son of God, but He's also the Son, the light of God as well, right? Because God, our collective consciousness, tuned into this concept of all that is and manifested into our reality things like Jesus Christ, or Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, Krishna spirit. And the reason why I don't put names on this is because, again, Jesus Christ wasn't even His name. It was Yeshua, right? Yeshua, which is referred to as Jesus Christ, which realistically, now this is the key, to not fall into the trap of illusion, because you can fall into the trap of political and human interpretation of what this is. I'm saying don't get caught up on the labels and get caught up in this collective, in that collective confusion, essentially. Get clear and tune into the frequency of Christ consciousness, Krishna spirit, Buddha nature. These are all just natural, holistic ways of expressing our true divine nature. Something that this collective consciousness has manifested for itself already, right here and right now. We can choose to tune into it if we want. However, that's up to our free will, because God, in its infinite potential, or all that is, respects free will. So God gives us the ability as gods and goddesses to use our energy in whatever way that we please. It respects our free will. So much so, as in God, or all that is, or the infinite potential, or for us scientific-minded ones, infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence has the ability to love unconditionally, to be so unconditionally allowing that it allows itself to experience itself simultaneously, right? Because we're going to refer to this as the prime radiant. This is science. The prime radiant is what is referred to as this particle of infinite potential. And because this particle is so infinitely potent within its potential, that it has the ability to move within this infinite void as fast as it can. So it can move at infinite speeds. And if an object with infinite potential that can move at infinite speeds, okay, I'm sorry. An object that has infinite potential can move at infinite speeds and can align itself to visualize itself to appear right next to itself, right? Because it's moving so fast that boom, it's right here, right? This is vibration, frequency. All that I'm really sharing is just energetic physics. And when I raise my voice, it's not really to yell at you, it's really to get the point across. Because a lot of us have realized that, dude, we're not here to experience a disempowering reality anymore. So this is my wake-up call for you, by me, to you, by our higher minds collectively, by our collective consciousness collectively, by all that is collectively, by the galactical core collectively, by the interdimensional core, by the interstellar core, by the all that is core. saying that it's time to wake up. It's a party. Hey, time to wake up to our party. Hey, get loose with it. That's the whole point. You just gotta flow, have fun, feel yourself, creatively express yourself. Live, love, laugh, cherish, tune back into the resonance of nature. 528. The frequency of miracles, the frequency of plants. Allow the plant kingdom to train you. Fucking go outside. If you talk to a plant. I shit you not, it'll bring you miracles. Play with your imagination and talk to a plant. If you don't have a plant or a tree right next to you, you can really empower yourself by one, going onto YouTube, typing in 528 Hertz, Meditative Mind. I really hope Meditative Mind has one. I'm sure that they do. Instantaneous manifestation right there, dude, because again, right now you're tuning into a collective right now, a collective consciousness in which this collective consciousness that you're perceiving in your own spaceship, in your own bubble reality, that you're tuning into through this cosmic sea, this cosmic void, right? We're just really wizards. Ooh, speaking of which, I'm gonna light an incense to really affirm, you know, I don't even gotta do that, dude. I already know I'm a freaking wizard. Because if I was not a wizard, I would not be able to be sharing this knowledge with you right here, right now. Imagine this. We're both in our spaceships right now. Cruising. Chilling, having a good time. You can have whatever you want in your spaceship. You can have babes. You can have bros. You can have friends, best friends, family. The best relationships that you could possibly ever imagine. Greater and greater and greater. Cascading into infinity and beyond. In the upwards preferred, consciously preferred moment. The way with positive momentum, you get what I'm saying. Right? Because you just gotta play with your imagination. Ask, receive, right? So you're on your spaceship. I'm in my spaceship. I'm letting you know that you called me to wake you up. This is just me doing my job, dude, and ultimately, if you don't like it, you can tune out. That's cool too, but allow me to be of service and to do what you called me to do. Because if you're perceiving this, even if you don't consciously remember calling me into your experience to awaken you, your higher mind allowed it to be. So you on a higher level, that means you, when you went to sleep, entered spirit, went through the subconscious veil, woke up in spirit, and said, yo, because right now we're hanging out in spirit, in the non-physical, if you will, right? Or for those of us more scientifically minded, in the infinite realms, right? Because what happens, mechanically speaking, physical reality, subconscious reality, which is the veil, and then becomes infinite intelligence. You literally tune into infinite intelligence every single time you go to sleep. Every time. That's literally, it's your way of waking up in spirit, or waking up in your God nature, and saying, oh, it was just a dream. And you take off your suit and you go hang out, do whatever you want to do, and then you come back in this life. And you start it all up again. So, what I'm saying is, I've really ascended within this ladder, right? I'm stabilizing my frequency to be able to consciously shift through these densities effortlessly, and it gets really freaking interesting. Okay, so in the spirit of 528, what I was referring to earlier within the meditative mind is that we're collectively co-creating, or me and the meditative mind collective community are right now co-creating this experience where we can simultaneously, for those of you that really want to wake up and instantaneously like that, to take all of these frequencies and put them all jam-packed into one audio file in a harmonious, cohesive, magnificent way. Obviously there is a way to do it, so be it. It is done. It's that easy. Right? Because again, we cannot perceive what we're not already the vibration of. Sorry, I'm signing into my computer right now. Facial recognition, beautiful. One of my laptops has facial recognition. So in the meantime, if meditative mind doesn't step on it, I'll step on it. But let's just pull up like every single frequency and just put them all into one. Just click, boom. The tricky part about that, from my perspective, is that I'm not sure if I can legally disclose, because, and when I say legally, I don't mean laws, I mean respecting free will. If meditative mind would allow me to absorb all of their frequencies, align them, and then put them online. Maybe if I sent it to them, they would upload it. Let's see, we'll play around with that. Maybe I'll upload it myself and then send it to them simultaneously. And then if they want me to take it down, I'll take it down. Or I'll upload it to like Vimeo or Ustream that support essentially creation, creative expression, which essentially states that, like, you know, they don't care if you use like music, games, broadcast, or whatever it is, as long as you're using it in a creative way to greater expand the message. Because this is the whole true movement that I've been aligning myself with, manifesting, attuning myself to, is realities where we as a collective society, now this is the vision, where we can do, be, say whatever we want to express creatively, freely, without any bounds, right? Realizing that we are just a product of our environment. And obviously, if you take something one for one, give people credit, obviously, right? Don't copyright, don't take someone else's work and say it's your own. Give people the due credit. But again, as we move forward within as a society, as a collective consciousness, we also got to realize that this is already how it's already been happening already, right? You don't, like, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but like, I don't know if Bill Gates, well, Bill Gates created the computer, okay, but like, you get what I'm saying, like, everything that you create, everything that I create, everything that we create is created off of other people's knowledge, our ancestors, people that have walked the paths before us. Give them due credit where it is, but like, why would we ever create within our collective consciousness a limiting paradigm in which people say, hey, this is my property, this is not yours, this is my patent. Again, it's falling behind the illusion of powerlessness, right? But like, if we truly want to allow our collective consciousness to expand as rapidly as it possibly can, we got to remove those limitations. Realize that, like, even the greatest mind, like Bill Gates, or like Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, all of the greatest minds, Steve Jobs, they all got their inspiration from somewhere, something, from other resonances, from other frequencies, right? So why not share the love? Like, and this is the key, because if you really want to ascend, you have to transcend and transform this aspect of your consciousness that says, none for anyone else, only for me. It's like, what synchronistically popped into my life was, and it had to do with, like, obviously the 12 strands of non-physical DNA, but like also just synchronistically coincided with the 12 gods of Olympus. And the reason why Hades never makes it to Olympus is because he falls behind that illusion of power, where he wants it all for himself, and he doesn't want to share the love. And this is something that we can synchronistically tune into and realize that, like, dude, we're here to share, right? Hades had the ability to tune into the higher realms, but wanted to save it all for himself. And then Hades is sitting in this globe, playing all these puppets, right? You can call this the quote-unquote, what we perceive as the malevolent Illuminati, the illuminated ones that want to keep everyone within this veil of powerlessness. And it's this sincere matter that we need to sincerely take a look at in a serious light, not serious, S-E-R-I-O-U-S-L-Y, serious as in S-I-R-U-I-S, the constellation, the star system. Take a serious look at this, right? Also look at how a lot of music has been retuned around like the early 1900s, the 20s or 30s, around that age. Music was altered by a society, by a society that somehow pushed their power into the realm of music, telling everyone to retune their frequency to 440 hertz, which is unnatural. 432 is the frequency of the natural resonance of Earth. Actually, yeah, 432 is what aligns harmoniously. Now, there's a lot of paradoxes in this. I get that, because we're really now cohesively tuning into collective bubbles. None of that really matters. All I'm saying is get back in alignment with the universe. 174, 285, 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, 852, and 963. These are the keys. Oh, I'm going to pull up all the frequencies at once now, just so we can watch this. Watch how more cohesive this conversation becomes. Because right now, I'm only speaking from the frequency of, let's see, what frequency are we on? 5604, 5604. I'm on detoxifies and detoxify. I'm on 741, which for those of us that don't realize, it's detoxifying cells and repairing DNA, or repairing organs. Detoxing cells and organs. Mod B. Okay. So let's hit all simultaneously. Hit them with that precision. Alright, boom. YouTube.com. Enter. Allow me to be the sage. Or the wraith. Actually, yeah, that's really what I'm doing right now. I'm being the wraith. Stage 5! Oh! For those of us that don't know, I'll write a blog post about it to really get in depth about what the wraith is. Wraith is what the sage evolves into, which the wraith has the ability to tune into a parallel reality, to identify himself with or herself, itself, with another parallel reality, so harmoniously so strongly so, that he can take the collective consciousness and help everyone make this harmonious shift with this. Wait, that's the sage. The sage is the one that has the ability to identify so strongly with another parallel reality to allow for others to harmoniously and easily perceive that shift within their selves as well, to experience that sensational shift. So it's like sage identifying so strongly with a parallel reality, shifting into that reality and taking that collective consciousness. That's what I'm doing right now with him on the ride. Pretty interesting stuff, eh? My goal right now is to be the wraith. And I wrote notes on this because, again, this collective consciousness that I'm tuning into to consciously assist is under a spell of amnesia. So this is my collective duty and my collective mission, my collective purpose, to demystify this illusory veil and to mystify this euphoric kundalini blissful aurora of infinitely cascading, blissfully, consciously preferred, empowering and enlightening realities for all, where all dreams come true. All positively preferred, consciously preferred dreams come true. Intuitive dreams. Back into the nature of reality, 528. Back to the nature of existence. Back into the harmonious, miraculous nature of all that is. Because miracles are the nature of existence. Listen to the plants. They know. That's why we played the tunes, 528. YouTube. That's the beauty of it. That's what I was saying earlier. Like if you don't have the luxury of taking a vacation, dude, take a vacation in your own household. 528. It's beautiful. Okay, so I think that's enough for this video. If you guys want to see more, yeah, it's been an hour. My friend wants to hit me up and wants to talk, so if you guys like this content, just let me know. I'll post more. I'll probably end up live streaming a lot of this stuff, but it's tricky with live streams because currently what I'm working on is a project with the Alan Walker community, which is to disclose as fast as possible. However, there's a lot of limitations with YouTube, so if those of you want to check out the live stream of me sharing this message, shoot, I forgot. I don't have a strong enough computer, so I gotta get a strong enough computer to do this. Once I get a strong enough computer, I'll let you guys know. But the channel will be Alan Walker 076908. If you want to stay more in touch with me, I will just tune into my websites. I got two. One, do this one first. It's Lucid Hybrids. L-U-C-I-D-S. No, L-U-C-I-D. Singular. Then Hybrids. H-Y-B-R-I-D-S. .wordpress.com. And eventually I'll get back and place that in this description. That's the first one. You can read up on more of the information if you want to get more and more aligned. And then I made a new one, which is called lucidhybrids.wixsite.com/36963. Also, I'll be putting that in the description. That one doesn't have any content on it, but I just read. It's a lot more elegant. I'll give you guys a sneak peek right here. Actually, check it out. It's actually beautiful, the new website. But it doesn't have any content on it. Okay, I'll show you the first one. So for those of you that want to see, this is the first one, Lucid Hybrids. I have one draft here, something that I didn't get a fully published, but I posted a draft because I knew that a lot of people would want to read up on it. Then I got this one, Quasar Stabilization. This will really help you stabilize your frequency when your physical mind gets lost. I talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about my journey. Just participate. The more you tune into this, it's great. It's great. I get into explaining myself, and then I get all the way into explaining the laws of existence. And then I'm be updating. So this has the information on it. The more elegant website that I just developed last night, I spent all day doing it, would be lucidhybrids.wixsite.com/36963. Again, for you cryptics out there, you'll understand more and more so. Boom. We got the homepage, fade in, solar beam, just like that, interdimensional travelers unite. We got the Alan Walker community in the background. Then check this out. Check out this parallax. You see this right here? Look at this DNA code. This is like the cryptic code right here, right? In the numbers. Because this is where you start when you're a cryptic. You start seeing all the synchronicities within reality. You start seeing the numbers. Look at that parallax. Look at that. So crispy, so beautiful. And then you start getting into level 2 crypticism, or the nocturnal reality, where you start seeing words and oh my, you start tuning in. It's so beautiful. Such a beautiful website. Anyways, just love playing around with that parallax. Look at this. It's like it moves within this, moves within the frame of the strip. Again, it's an illusion, because again, it's just all parallel realities, but oh my god, it's so beautiful. Alright, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Sorry for potty rocking. Peace out. Remember, it's a screen memory. Remember, love, light, namaste. Peace, love, unity, respect, wisdom. Let's go. Take it easy.